This on-demand session will support you with the key information across our V Cert Chief Examiner and Chief Moderator reports for the 23-24 series. We will explore key development areas, identifying aspects of learners' responses across different assessments, helping you provide targeted feedback, unlock insights and provide clear, constructive and level appropriate feedback that motivates improvement from reflective practice to critical thinking. We'll start with talking you through the key points for the non-exam assessment. Interpreting and following project briefs, NEAs, is essential for producing high quality work. Learners should ensure they fully understand the brief, plan their approach, and regularly review their progress against the non-exam assessment requirements. To improve learners' ability to interpret NEA briefs, offer workshops that focus on identifying key tasks and constraints. Utilising past and sample papers for mock assessments will allow you to measure knowledge and skills. Regular progress reviews are essential. Encourage learners to present their understandings of the brief to ensure alignment with the content areas and the assessment objectives. During year one of delivery, it is vital to bring in the skills and techniques needed in the industry alongside the mandatory knowledge and understanding to enable students to gain a better understanding of the industry they might decide to have a career in. Depending on how you have designed your curriculum, being that whether you have taken a linear delivery model where you teach one content area at a time before moving on to the next area, or have you taken more of a synoptic approach, combining content areas together where they would fall naturally when delivering? Refer to the V Cert Synoptic Connection Guidance for your subject area for further detail. As you are aware, each V Cert has different guided learning hours, content areas, along with your teaching timetable. We at the Provider Development team suggest to support this, you could introduce micro briefs by introducing these smaller micro NEAs to support your learners to understand and interpret the briefs throughout the V Cert qualification. By bringing in the micro briefs as you go along will help learners to put theory into practice, help build confidence by using the skills needed in the subject area. It will also help the learners know what areas they may need to support in and teachers to track progress throughout the course. So for example, if your delivery model is linear and you plan to deliver content areas 1, 2, 3 by December and 4, 5 and 6 by March, April in year 1, and year 2 you continue with content areas 7 and 8 depending on your V Cert qualification and the number of content areas. So in year 1, a micro brief in December that will cover content areas 1, 2, 3, and then build up the knowledge and skills again in March and April by adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, and another 2 content areas in year 2 in the December, which would build up into a full mock. Also consider before your micro brief, it would be a good idea to have sessions that introduce your learners to research techniques, including how to reference and what support they will need to help them complete the task. Also introduce learners to their own reflective practice, which we will cover more on the next slide. As learners must work completely independent on their NEA, it is important to introduce them to reflective practice throughout the V Cert qualification to prepare them for the NEA and enabling them to self-reflect independently. Reflective practice throughout the qualification enables learners to learn from their experiences and how to improve in the future. This could be through various methods. Reflective workbooks. Learners could use critical thinking and record these in journal workbooks, setting themselves actionable goals. Model reflective practice, share examples, link into experiences, theory, facts, and identify how to improve. Peer feedback. In your curriculum, plan in peer review sessions for your learners to share practice and provide constructive feedback. Taking on a different opinion on their own work and will allow your learners to review their own work from a different perspective. We will now cover additional key information for the non-exam assessment from the reports to support you. Centres are reminded that template documents, word frames, and other supporting documents should not be supplied to learners for the purpose of generating evidence against the assessment. Use of such materials to generate assessment evidence could potentially be considered malpractice. The Chief Moderator has noted evidence should be referenced to the learner task responses to aid in clarity of the assessment, to aid learners in ensuring the coverage of tasks. All tasks must be uploaded using the Learner Evidence Upload Checklist as a guide, so it is clear that learners have attempted the tasks or not. These will be available as part of the live assessment materials. The assessor feedback sheet must also be uploaded per AO, and learner feedback should also be included. Make sure assessor feedback includes marks and commentary at AO level, the assessment objective level, within the tasks, which on occasions made assessor decisions unclear for both the purpose of accuracy of the feedback to the learners and external moderation in the 23-24 series.
I'll now talk you through some key themes for the exam assessment. Strong exam techniques is crucial for the success in V Certs. Learners should focus on time management, understanding question structures, and practicing under exam conditions to improve their performance and confidence. Help learners master exam techniques by regularly conducting timed mock exams. Teach them how to break down questions and identify command verbs. Review the past exam paper to familiarise your learners with common question styles and the level of detail expected. This targeted approach will build confidence and improve exam performance. Additional information raised from the Chief Examiner report. Learners should use the space provided to answer questions. Where answers are typed or additional pages are included, the learner's name, the centre number, centre name and task number must be clearly visible. The additional paper must then be securely attached to the workbook. Where assessments are completed online, centres must ensure that they are familiar with the Surpass platform and have completed all the testing and preparation before the assessment, to ensure learners are unaffected by any technological issues. We're now going to look at developing extended response questions. So extended response questions require well-structured answers that integrate knowledge, critical thinking, and clear communication. Learners should practice organising their thoughts, presenting their opinions, and show clear conclusions to aim for the higher marks using the command verbs. Developing strong extended response question skills by teaching learners how to structure their responses with clear introductions, well-developed opinions and conclusions. Provide regular practice opportunities with detailed feedback, and also encourage peer assessment to expose learners to different approaches and common mistakes. Questions require multi-step reasoning and the integration of knowledge from different areas. Learners should learn to deconstruct these questions, identify key components, and plan their responses effectively. Teach learners how to tackle questions by breaking them down into manageable parts. Encourage them to use think aloud protocols to organise their approach and identify potential errors. exposing learners to complex questions to build the confidence and competence over time. Also looking at shorter response questions, some learners misunderstood the requirement of the question being asked, at times listing resources and other general subject knowledge rather than engaging in the command verbs or the question itself. Now we'll look at some key themes across both assessments. Critical thinking is a fundamental skill across all the V Certs, crucial for analysing briefs and solving problems. Learners need to not just recall information, but to evaluate and apply knowledge in real-world context. To enhance critical thinking skills across all the V Certs, incorporate case studies that mirror real-world scenarios. Use questioning during classroom discussions to push your learners to questions and explore underlying concepts deeply. Additionally, use teaching frameworks like Bloom's taxonomy to help learners approach and break down problems. Now, higher order thinking questions challenge your learners to go beyond the basic recall, requiring them to apply, analyse and evaluate the information. Developing these skills is crucial for tackling the exam assessment questions and the non-exam assessment tasks. Integrate higher order thinking skills into your lesson by aligning objectives with the Bloom's taxonomy. Use scenario-based learning to challenge learners to think critically and creatively with the use of command verbs. And engage your class in group problem-solving activities that encourage discussion and diverse thinking. Higher band questions often require multiple step reasoning and the integration of different knowledge content areas linked to the assessment objectives. Teach learners how to break down detailed questions into manageable parts, focusing on understanding the problem before attempting to solve it. Encourage learners to verbalise their thought processes when tackling complex questions, helping them to organise their approach and identify potential errors. Integrate complex questions into daily lessons where you could gradually increase the difficulty to build learners' competence, and even a deeper understanding of the command verbs. Now, to aim for the higher band marks linked to the assessment objectives, make sure your learners have a clear understanding of command verbs like explain, discuss, and justify. Indicate what is expected in responses. Understanding these verbs is crucial for understanding exam questions and the NEA briefs accurately. Ensuring that responses meet the required depth, giving your learners the opportunity to gain in the higher band marks. Help learners understand command verbs by creating and sharing word banks from the tutor guidance that define their meaning and purpose. Practice breaking them down and responding to command verbs through classwork discussions and quizzes. Through a classroom activity such as a role play exercise, this can help deepen their understanding by allowing learners to explain command verbs to their peers. Command verbs are vital for your learners to aim for the higher band questions within the V Cert qualifications. Your insights are very valuable. Please do complete our feedback. Thank you for watching this on-demand webinar, and please do visit our support page for further support you may require going forward. Thank you.